All right, hello everybody. I'm here streaming, and for some unknown reason, my wife decided that she would join me, even though she doesn't know anything about crypto. She's figured she'd sit down with me. I asked her to, and she's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So,
Hi.
here we are. So welcome. I'm gonna go through a few things here, and kind of get things rolling, and then we can chat. Feel free to ask me any questions. Feel free to ask my wife Lisa any questions. We've got the baby down beside us. She's just hanging out. She's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go through a few things that I feel like talking about, and we'll get to it from there. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Let us know if you can hear us okay. And yeah, let's just get to it. So here we go. I'm going to go and I'm going to take a look at a few things I've got in my browser. 21 Million Club is here. Hey, how you doing? I was on his show
Hi.
a little while back. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get to my browser here. So, I'm just taking a quick overview of what the market's looking like. Bitcoin's down a little bit. It's like down 5% today. So it's like over $100 below 4,000 now. Am I worried about that? Not particularly. I mean, we had that huge dump. Last time it went from 4,100 down to like 25. I don't think this one will be quite as extreme, but who knows? I don't know. I'm just some guy. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it always bounces down and up, and so yeah, we'll see what's going on. Ethereum's been on a bit of a tear the past few days. Well, by tear I mean like it's up $20. So that's nice. We'll see if it can get past 400 again. Bitcoin Cash is having a shitty day. It's down like 22% right now, and it keeps on going down below that $10 billion market cap, which really in the long run of things, it just started. So, I mean, the fact that it launched with this, it's number 3 on CoinMarketCap. So Bitcoin Cash holders can't be that upset. Ripple had dipped down way below before, and now it went up like 25% today, which is crazy. I'm not a big Ripple fan, but if you're holding it, good for you. If you don't know what Ripple is, it's more of like a back end for the banks to save money. I don't know a lot about IOTA. I'm always rooting for Litecoin because it's basically Bitcoin and it's a great testnet for Bitcoin. What else pops out at me here? I don't really know much about NEM, and I don't pay too much attention to it. Dash has been up a decent amount lately. It was up more before. It was up in the 300s, but now it's like 280. Ethereum Classic has been doing a whole lot of nothing lately. It's just been sticking around the same price. It was down a bit, but now it's back up. And Monero is kind of, for me, the story of the day. It went up huge. It was like $40 the other day, and now it's like 75. So good for Monero. I'm a huge Monero fan because it's all about the anonymity, and I think more anonymous currency. Well, I think it. I mean, Fluffy Pony. Yes, there's a guy named Fluffy Pony. Lisa's laughing about that. Yes. So Fluffy Pony is his I guess screen name. He's the developer of Monero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Monero's like super anonymous.
Pony.
Bitcoin is like kind of, it's not anonymous, it's pseudonymous. We've talked about this before, where it's like you send transactions and you can see the transactions, but you only know who it is if you associate the address with them.
Right.
So like if you're like, this is my address, people then know how much money you have.
I barely know anything about this stuff.
She's actually not bad because I've been talking about this stuff with her forever. So anyways, let's
learn to catch on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's me, Boss Lady says hey to your beautiful wife and baby.
Hello.
Can everybody hear her okay? Let us know. I think I was checking earlier today and the mic seemed to be okay. So let's see. Catriona, good to see you. Crypto Beast. It's Me Boss Lady is saying she wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin anywhere between 35 and 4,500 over the next week. I couldn't agree more because it does what it's gonna do. Long term, I think it's going up, but short term, it's anybody's guess. Let's
Poor
see.
girl.
Oh, Barry's here. Barry was on, remember I was on that Adam Meister guy's show a while back? So Barry was on the first Adam Meister show that I was on. He was part of the panel. So anyways, and he's been shouting me out on Steam It. So Barry, good to see you. Let's see. Everybody, oh my God, she's so beautiful.
Aw, thanks guys.
She's stunning. That's awesome. And yes, she is. Also, she's superhuman because she just had a baby 4 weeks ago, and she looks kick-ass. And she's, I'm helping as much as I can, but she's super mom, so
Yay.
I lucked out. Okay, let's see here. Should I hoard Ethereum? Seems like it will only be good for companies. Live chat sucks because nobody sees my comments. I see you, Jenny Boone. Should you hoard Ethereum? I think Ethereum's here for the long run, and I think the cryptocurrency space as a whole is going to be here for the long run. So realistically, if you're holding a not scammy coin, and I know a lot of people cry scam for Ethereum, but I think that's mostly people that are like super Bitcoin maximalist. A Bitcoin maximalist is somebody it's somebody who only thinks it's only going to be Bitcoin and everything will be built on top of Bitcoin, and there will eventually all these other coins will just be worthless. So, yeah. I don't fall quite into that category, but I'm skeptical of other coins until they kind of prove their worth. So,
I can see that.
Yeah, I think Ethereum long term you're fine. I think it's got enough demand, and you do have to keep in mind that there's not a limit to the number of tokens that will be created. But that said, with the pace of growth, I think the pace of growth will outgrow the supply of tokens over time. Eventually that won't be the case, and you'll get regular inflation because everybody will be piled into the crypto space. But right now I think you're fine, you're safe. Let's see here. Sean Silver stacking. Hey Ben, nice you introduced your wife. Okay, Jose asked, any info on Litecoin? I do not have any specific info on Litecoin. I like Litecoin. It's not doing a lot. Like, it's still at it's in the 40s. It's been around the $40 to $50 mark for, I mean, not a long time, but like a month now. It hasn't really done much. But I like it because you can test new technologies that could be deployed on Bitcoin over Litecoin. So, yeah, that's a thing. Lisa's just like, I don't know what's going on.
No, not really. I'm looking at all of these numbers going, oh, I don't know what any of those things are whatsoever. I think I know like 3 in there. Yeah. The first 3, basically.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's, most people...
Oh, no, I kind of know Litecoin, I guess.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
You've heard of Bitcoin, obviously.
Yeah.
Ethereum, you've heard of.
Yeah, and then the Bitcoin Cash, obviously.
Yeah, because we were talking about that, and then I bought you a new MacBook with it.
Yay!
I bought her a MacBook with my Bitcoin dividend. So yeah, but that was her birthday present. So, okay, so yeah, so I don't really have info on Litecoin right now. Let's see what else is going on here. It's Me Boss Lady says everything's a scam until it isn't. That's a fair assertion. Yeah, that's pretty much my position. Like, I'm not saying everything is a scam, but it's a healthy...
It has to prove itself.
Yeah, a healthy dose of skepticism is always good. So, let's see. Okay, Ethereum sometimes said Ethereum was bailed out by the DAO. Vitalik bailed out his corporate buddies. It's exactly like the dollar, a scam. There's some details there. They didn't actually roll back. It's different than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, if you roll back a transaction, that means you kind of screw up the chain of events because it's a chain of transactions. Whereas Ethereum, there are ledgers and individual balances and so on and so forth. Not only that, but with the DAO, it was all cordoned off in this one contract. So all of the money that was put into the DAO was just sitting there. So had all of that money been like drifting through the ecosystem, it would have been very difficult to roll that back. But because it was in a centralized location, they had a limited number of time to roll things back. But yeah, fundamentally I agree. The purpose of a blockchain is immutability. You shouldn't be able to roll things back. And while I think Ethereum's going to stick around for a long time, ideally I like Ethereum Classic because they didn't roll it back. So
what's the difference between those two?
So the two of them, what happened is, I think I told you about this when it first happened, but basically somebody found a hack where they were able to steal a whole bunch of money from like this kind of, it's called a smart contract, but it was basically a bunch of money sitting in one place, and some dude found a loophole where he was allowed to like take out money, right. And he took like $60 or $70 million, and so he was able to do that, and he siphoned it all off, and then it was some ridiculous amount of the total amount of currency, like a massive amount. And so a bunch of the people that were lead developers on Ethereum said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to roll it back. So essentially it never happened, and we're going to refund everybody who put money into, it was called the DAO. Oh. So
I remember you talking about this.
Yeah. And so some people were like, well, no, because if you do that, then why can't we do that for other things? And that kind of gets rid of the point of a blockchain. So these people split apart and started Ethereum Classic. And in Ethereum Classic, the guy who stole all that money technically still has it, or he sold it, or whatever he did with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but just by principle, they're just saying, like, just because somebody did something bad doesn't mean we should, like, ruin the entire ecosystem by rolling things back.
Right.
So, okay. So I'm starting to lose some people in the chat here. It's kind of starting to scroll more, but, okay, let's go. Somebody said proof of stake. What a joke. Yeah, I'm going to have to see how that goes when Ethereum switches. I don't know. Should be interesting. Okay, let's see here. Whew. Jenny was pretty happy. History is made. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's me, boss lady. I agree. ETC equals no backsies. I like it. Okay. Hussein asks, do you think Bitcoin will reach around $7,000 soon? So here's my take on it. I think that's more feasible than some people will believe, right? Like, it's at the beginning of the year, Bitcoin went over $1,000 for the first time since 2013, and now here it is, like 8 months later, and we're like $4,000. So it went up 4 times in 8 months. So in terms of multiples, like, it's not that difficult for Bitcoin to double, and to get to 7,000, it doesn't even have to double from here. So on that sort of a scale, it's not that crazy. And I made a video a few months back where I said it was possible for Bitcoin to hit, it was around $13,000, I said. And I based that on the last time. So we've talked about how every 4 years, less and less Bitcoin are issued. Mm-hmm. So like it started with 50 every 10 minutes, then 25. Right now it's 12 and a half. And then in a few years, it'll be every 10 minutes, 6.25 Bitcoin are made.
Right.
So every time that happens, there's there's the same amount of demand but less available coins, so the price typically has to go up. So that's what we saw this time. And when it happened in 2013, we saw two big bumps, and the second bump was 5 times the high of the previous bump. And so the earlier high earlier this year was like 2,900 or so. And then we started to get this second lift off here. And I said that if that trend where it was like a 5x, again, we could easily hit 13 grand. So I don't know. It's weird because I thought that would have maybe happened in the fall or near the end of the year. But we saw these massive price swings over the summer just because of all this, with SegWit and all these upgrades. So, yeah, I don't know. 13K maybe.
Where are your glasses?
Oh, where are your glasses at? I've got a couple of them behind me. I've got
those ones aren't the awesome
pair
ones.
Here.
No,
I've got
these stupid ones.
She hates
his glasses.
these ones.
The one day I did pick them because it matched her stupid outfit.
She hates them. I love these. I don't know. The really colorful ones that I have in this corner in the cartoon. I like those ones the best. The like yellow and pink. I think those are hilarious. But yeah, I've got a couple kicking around here. Okay.
What are these?
What are these? What do you think of Neo? Okay, so Neo is used to be called Ant Shares. It went up like a lot recently and then it dipped back down. So all these
okay.
So there's all these ICOs. I've told you about ICOs before.
Yeah.
And they'll launch these coins and you can kind of like bid to get some of the first issued coins. Neo was one of these, and it's crazy because like overnight something that didn't exist before will all of a sudden like pop into the top 10 and be worth billions of dollars. So this one is worth $1.7 billion. And it pretty much came out of nowhere. Like not a lot of people were paying attention to it before.
Right.
It was even number 5 for a little while. It's come down since then. I don't have a strong opinion of Neo either way. And I think I need to do a lot more research on it. Honestly, I don't really know a ton about it, but it's interesting to see how quickly these can pop up. Is it worth $1.7 billion? I don't think so, not yet, but that doesn't mean it can't be eventually. A lot of this is speculation on what it will be worth in the future. So we'll see.
People really seem to like your glasses.
See? It's a thing. They like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to them now.
Oh, great.
Okay, Jose asked, will SegWit cause Bitcoin to go up?
Is that just another one on the list there?
No, SegWit is...
what's that?
So you know I told you there was an upgrade happening on Bitcoin, and it just happened?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's SegWit. Although it's not active yet, it's going to be active in 2 days, pretty much. But it allows for all these additional layers, and... Oh, Arya's making noise.
She's making noises.
You can pick her up if you want, I don't care. Yeah, so anyways, SegWit, will it make it go up? So I look to Litecoin for this because what happened with Litecoin leading up to SegWit being active, there's a huge pump and then it activated and nothing really happened. But then we saw it further double from there. And I could see something similar. There's Aria.
Hi.
Hi, you. Hey.
Hi to people.
she's 4 weeks old right now, so live on the BTC sessions, it's Aria. I need to get her sweet glasses though. I just baby
and
size.
A Bitcoin shirt apparently.
And a Bitcoin, yeah, I'm gonna get her a Bitcoin onesie. That's gonna be awesome. Anyways, yeah, I think that not immediate. I don't think SegWit's gonna immediately bump the price. But I think as it becomes clear what's possible with it, that the price will appreciate in the coming months. So, yeah. Hi, you. You're
Bitcoin
cute.
baby.
All right. 21 million, it says Bitcoin to 5K. Yep,
Yeah,
totally.
I can see that.
Everybody, BTC baby. Sword Time says, hey, Ben, can you interview a core developer? I saw you did Voorhees. I had to skip for reasons. Yeah, I would love to interview a core developer. I'd love to talk to somebody like Adam Back or Luke Dash Jr. There's others that I really love to talk to. Nick Szabo. I'd love to talk even previous core developers. I'd be curious, even though I don't agree with them. I'd love to talk with somebody like Gavin Andreessen, or like a post-mortem on Mike Hearn after he rage quit. Although after I just said that, there's no way he's gonna come on this show. But whatever. Okay. 73 live viewers and 15 likes. Hit that thumbs up button so more people can find us here. Thanks, it's me, Boss Lady. Always shouting us out. All right, John's in the chat. Yeah, Greg Maxwell. I can't believe I forgot. Yes, sometimes he's one of the Bitcoin core developers. The guy like building Bitcoin basically, and just incredibly smart. And anytime somebody talks some bullshit online, he's just like sets them straight, but like in a very well informed. Like we've got a friend named Will. And
he's like a Will?
He's a Will.
He's a
because he comes off abrasive, but holy crap, does he know his stuff. So, yeah, anyways. Greetings from Germany from Alex. Nice. Good to have you here. Joe Marshall, good to see you. Jordan Ale from YYC. I've got a Calgary guy in the house. Good to see you. 21 million says to have Samson Mao again. I would love to have. Actually, I messaged him the other day. He's a little busy with the whole Blockstream satellite network going up. I imagine he's doing interviews left, right, and center. And he said that he was a tad busy for this week, but I'm going to keep reaching out and hopefully he'll come on again maybe in a few weeks' time. So we'll see. People asking about Litecoin and Ethereum. I did just talk about those, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. Yes, somebody says super chat for the wife. Yeah, if you guys any super chats, just help me build the channel. A super chat is when somebody I think the way it works is they tip, and then it puts their comment like up to the top so that I have to see it, and then it gets attention. But like it's like a donation to the channel. I just turned it on, so I've only seen one up to date, but whatever. Yeah. You might be able to get Eric Lombroso. I'd like to get him too. He's one of the more outspoken core devs, but I really like him too. Are you teaching your baby to hodl, Ben? I sure am. Little Aria,
pretty much.
Little Aria is going to have a Bitcoin college fund, or well, we won't say college fund because
a fund in general. We'll see where she goes.
Yeah, she doesn't. I don't feel like she has to do college, but like in any field that you're interested in, you want to make sure you're educated in that field, and sometimes that requires college and sometimes it doesn't. You can get training elsewhere, but I want, for stuff like that, I'd like her to have a bit of a Bitcoin fund, so down the line, if she wants to get skills in a certain area, then she's able to, and I'm hoping that Bitcoin appreciates enough that she's set. But it's not just going to be a free pass. I'm not going to be like, hey, you're like 13. Here's a Bitcoin worth like
work for that.
Yeah. You're 13. Here's $1 million worth of Bitcoin. I don't think so. No, but one day she'll get a surprise. Hopefully she won't have seen this video. Well, by the time she's on, who knows if YouTube will even be a thing by then. So anyways,
she'll probably be embarrassed by you.
Yeah, probably. You're going to get a surprise one day. Okay.
She's gonna put up with you being
Look at this. Bro, your wife is a babe. That's awesome. It's Me Boss Lady is recommending Jimmy's song. Yes, I love that guy. He's always on the World Crypto Network, and he's got a lot of great insight. So, yeah. Sometimes says Bitcoin will be 100K by 2023. You know that it sounds ridiculous, but
it could be.
It could very well be. Like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. When you think about it, I was able to buy one whole Bitcoin for like $300 in 2015. And now one whole Bitcoin and I'm talking Canadian dollars. And one whole Bitcoin now is like $5,000. So that's more than 15 times.
Yeah.
So if that were to happen again at $5,000, even just 10 times puts it at 50 grand. So 75 grand if you're talking 15 times. I mean, it's not outside of the realm of possibility, and that's 2 years. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't want to pump it too much, but I do believe in the technology. I think it's here to stay. We shall form a Bitcoin owners group and buy an NHL team. Oh man, that'd be great. Maybe we can buy the Calgary Flames and get some talent. Actually, you know what? The Flames aren't that bad, but it's just sad when they shit the bed. Okay, anyways, the price of Bitcoin is dropping as we speak here.
6%.
Yeah, it's at 38.45.
It goes up and down.
It's 6%.
Go Sharks.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. It's me, boss lady. My kids earn crypto already. My daughter was part of my last proposal in the crypto space. Sweet. That's awesome. Nice. Okay. When the whole Bitcoin Cash fork thingy or Bcash fork thingy happened, wouldn't basic fundamentals suggest Bitcoin should have taken a hit somewhat? I think there's a select few bag holders that are holding its value. Yeah, Jordan, I agree with you. It was weird because you're right. Like, if Bitcoin was worth, let's just ballpark, say $50 billion, and all of a sudden Bitcoin Cash hits the market and it's worth like $7 billion when it hits. Hi, you. Then you would think that would be pulled from Bitcoin market cap and it would drop to like 43 or something. That's not what happened. Essentially overnight, all of a sudden, overnight, all of a sudden there was like $7 billion sitting there, and now like 9 or 10, but it kind of came out of nowhere. And part of that was because a lot of it was inaccessible. So it's kind of like with Ripple. So Ripple's that one that's kind of the banks are using it.
Right.
But the problem is with Ripple is the vast majority of Ripple is not tradable. It's not even on the market. It's held. So really, I don't even know. I think it's maybe 10% of Ripple is out there and able to be traded. And so with 10% of Ripple on the market, it's sitting at about 18 or 19 cents. But if 90%, that other 90% of Ripple was on the market, then would it be trading at 18 cents? I don't think so. It would probably be trading at least, I'd say maybe like a tenth of that, so 1.8 cents. And that's being generous, because really that would probably tank the market far more than that. So you have Bitcoin Cash, and I'd say the majority of users have no idea how to access it. So if people don't know how to access it or sell it, then is it really a fair price? I don't know. Like, it's easy to pump that price if only a little bit of it is accessible, right? So it's kind of like how the price of diamonds is inflated. Diamonds aren't rare. It's just that diamond companies, they go up and they buy up every diamond mine, and then they make it difficult to buy diamonds, and so diamonds are expensive because of that. But if diamonds were as accessible as they are plentiful, then diamonds wouldn't be nearly as expensive as they are. And I think it's the similar situation with Bitcoin Cash. Oh, you like making noise right now, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to move on from that. Do you have any info on Bitcoin ATMs? Good business to get into. So, Jose, Bitcoin ATMs, I'm doing a lot of work for a Bitcoin ATM company called BitNational. And so they have a lot of Bitcoin ATMs in Calgary, some in Edmonton. They've got some across southern BC, so like Vancouver, Vernon, Kelowna, kind of in Okanagan Valley. Anyways, so I mean, it depends on what you're charging, and you also have to think of overhead, because those machines aren't cheap. You've got to think, you have to have the Bitcoin either in advance, or you have to have some sort of plug-in to an actual online exchange. So one of the two. Odds are, if you're just starting out, you're not going to be able to just plug into an exchange. You're going to have to pre-buy those Bitcoin and then load them onto the machine. So that's another cost you have to deal with. And then maintenance, you've got to find a place to put the machine. And typically, if you're putting the machine somewhere, you're either paying rent or a small percentage of revenues to the person that's hosting your ATM, unless you can get away with, just the promise of foot traffic. And then what else do you have to think about? I mean, there's a lot to consider. So right away, your overhead is expensive. Is she doing stuff? What?
Oh, no, I'm laughing at
Oh. What? Bitcoin. Is this Bitcoin porn? It's not very good Bitcoin. The porn happened, and that's why there's a baby here. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin ATMs, if you're in the right place at the right time, they can be definitely profitable, because the margins on them and the fees on them can be quite high for the cost of convenience, but a lot of that goes to your overhead. So yeah, and you've got to have a reliable source to get coins, because a lot of Bitcoin ATMs, they just go empty because the coins get bought up, and then you're stuck having to take the cash and convert it into wherever you can to get more coins and then to resell it. So you've got to have a cheap source of coins and then sell them at a premium. So things to consider. Anyways,
yes, a lot of people seem to know BitNational.
Oh yeah. No, BitNational's pretty big. I'm excited to be working for them. Damn,
currently empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah. Let's see. An ATM business in the US would be a big mistake with all the regulations coming soon. You could get stuck with some very expensive equipment. That's very true. I would be hesitant in the US.
So it's just better in Canada because we don't have fees, or?
No, there's fees, but
different.
It's regulation as far as you're allowed to do this or you're not allowed to do this. Like in Canada, you can go up to an ATM. Well, you've seen them.
Yeah.
You scan your address, pump in cash, and you just get the money.
Right.
Right. In the US, it's all right, you have to spend 10 minutes on the machine, setting up a profile, scanning your ID, sometimes doing thumbprints and handprints, and
But that's the whole point of everything, is to not have that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. It sucks. If I was in the States, I'd be pissed. So, anyways, yeah. Let's see. Oh, is there somebody talking about Bitcoin Cash and big blocks? Okay, what worries me is that Bitcoin Cash is essentially the original true design, and Bitcoin is some sort of evolution that has been pushed by interested parties. I don't agree with that, because if you're saying that the addition of SegWit and secondary layers is no longer original Bitcoin, then neither is Bitcoin Cash, because if you look before Bitcoin Cash, there's a lot of shit that's happened since the original Bitcoin client came out. So you could say that nothing is the original Bitcoin because it's changed since it came out. But you can't say just because of one upgrade that you're not a big fan of that it's no longer real Bitcoin. It's open source software, so it evolves. If you're being accurate, then nothing is original Bitcoin, because original Bitcoin stopped being original Bitcoin the second they upgraded anything on the protocol, right? Now, as far as I need to see that comment again still. They're saying that Bitcoin is an evolution that's been pushed by interested parties. I would argue the same for Bitcoin Cash. Everybody has an interest in one way or another. I find it funny, the idea that SegWit and Lightning is in some way not decentralized, or some way benefits one party more than others, because it's technology that's available to anybody. Anybody can build a Lightning Network. Lightning Network is not just like one person that can build that. You can have a Lightning Network that you build because it's decentralized. You can just do that, and you can link in with other Lightning Networks. It just means faster transactions batched together that settle instantly, and your fees are way smaller. So yeah, I don't know. Okay. Zoom the camera in on the baby. We can hold her up for a sec if she wants to say hi. Hey, you. Hi. Hi. There she is. She doesn't know anything about what's going on. She's just kind of sticking her tongue out and
staring,
crossing her eyes. And
oh,
I know. All right. Okay, somebody said Jihan and big blockers broke New York agreement, so SegWit 2x is off. Is it? I don't know. I think it's still going to happen. It's just how many people go along with it. I do think that Bitcoin Cash really hobbled the 2x agreement, and I think it's going to be a lot harder to have as many people go along with it. If they hadn't dropped Bitcoin Cash out of nowhere, think of how much more oomph, for lack of a better word, because that's not a word, but think of how much more, I guess, momentum SegWit 2x would have had. But when somebody kind of backhandedly just forks off beforehand, then that really hurts the movement. And I think everybody behind SegWit 2x knows this. They're just not vocally saying it. But even in my interview with Eric Voorhees that I put up this morning, even him, when I said that it came out of nowhere, he said, yeah, I don't know why Via BTC did that. Like, it just, and that's really all he had to say on the issue. He said it was came out of left field. He didn't know why, but you could see that he wasn't super stoked about it. All right. I just use Bitcoin Cash like a one-night stand. That's awesome. Ivan says, you're a great couple, by the way. Thanks. Yeah, we've been married now for over a year. So we got married last year in late July 28th. Mm-hmm. And then we've been together since 2010.
Yeah.
And we've been on a ton of big trips together. So we went to Europe in 2012, backpacking to how many countries?
Well, it was 18 for me and 11 for you.
Yeah. So she went to 7 countries with her folks, and then I met up with them in Amsterdam, and her folks went home, and we went on from there to 11 more countries, all kind of Mediterranean. And it was awesome. And then just for our wedding last year, we went to Bali for the wedding. So when I first started the channel, I was just leaving for Bali. So most of my videos at the beginning of the channel were in Bali and then throughout Southeast Asia. We traveled around for 5 months through Southeast Asia, and we got back last December. So it was crazy, but it was a cool way to start the channel. Just because of the interesting locations for my intros and everything.
It was the first time that I had seen you talk about it, and then all of a sudden it show up in other countries that you could actually use Bitcoin, at that bar in the middle of
in Laos.
That you could actually use Bitcoin at a bar.
Yeah, we were we're in Laos, which was probably the most off the grid I felt in any of my travels, and we're at some weird little bar in the middle of town. And I'm sitting there having a beer, and Lisa runs back to me, and she's like, "You're not going to believe this. They accept Bitcoin at the bar." And so I go so she gets me to go and buy a beer with Bitcoin. So I go up and I buy it, and I get talking to the guy. Oddly enough, the guy who owns the bar is actually from Calgary, the city I live in, or had lived there for a little bit. He now lives in Laos, and he uses Bitcoin as a way of keeping his money out of the Laos kip. Because it's kind of a shit currency. So he likes to keep it in Bitcoin just as a way, a kind of a hedge against the local currency. So yeah. Let's see.
Oh yeah, how much Bitcoin adoption have you seen on your travels?
Oh, yeah. So okay, and big loss to add on to that, Bitcoin adoption of my travels. So we saw it in
Every country, we at
Yeah.
least saw something that had to do with Bitcoin.
Yeah, we saw it in every single country. So I'm just trying to think some of the places. So in Indonesia, so in Bali, there was the Bit Islands project. So in a place called Kuta. So I went to their crypto exchange and they had a Bitcoin ATM there. And then they had another Bitcoin ATM in Bali in Ubud. And it was a place called Hubud, which is like a communal workspace for kind of like for digital nomads. And so I interviewed somebody there as well. I saw it in Hong Kong. I interviewed Arthur Hayes from BitMEX. So like as soon as we got off the plane, we didn't even check into our place, did we? I think we just went straight there.
No, we might have checked because we didn't have our bags with us. So we might have just checked in, dropped off our bags at the front desk and then basically left.
Yeah, okay. So I did an interview in Hong Kong with the BitMEX CEO, and then we went to Vietnam and we saw it in a couple places. The one I really remember was in Ho Chi Minh City, which is Saigon. Right near the place we were staying, there was a Western Union, and then right beside it was a crypto exchange with a big Bitcoin symbol on it, which was awesome. And then also we went to go see the tunnels from the Vietnam War, and I was there, and randomly there was like somebody must have had like a Bitcoin sticker on their backpack or something, because it was just like sitting in the dirt there.
Oh yeah,
it was really random, but I mean just to see that was weird for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think.
I mostly just remember Lao.
Yeah, Laos, just because it stood out, right?
Like buying beer and alcohol with Bitcoin.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. And then where else did I see it? I was in Singapore. Did we do anything? I don't think we did anything Bitcoin related. I just missed the Bitcoin meetup there. Mm-hmm. Singapore?
Yeah, because we should have gone there earlier or something, and that's why you ended up missing it.
Yeah, we're only there for 5 days. I did see some Bitcoin related stuff in Malaysia. I'm trying to place it. Cambodia. Actually, Andreas Antonopoulos was in Cambodia just after I left. I was so choked that I didn't get to see him. And the Philippines, I used an app called coins.ph, and so you could send Bitcoin, and you could actually take out Bitcoin from an not take out Bitcoin, you could take out cash from an ATM using this coins.ph thing. You could send Bitcoin and then put in a code on the ATM and take out local cash, which was Philippine, is it pesos there?
I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, and that was really cool. That app was awesome. I was able to load my phone with it, with minutes and all that stuff. So there was a bunch of Bitcoin stuff we saw in our travels. It was crazy. What are you seeing here?
Oh, I think the biggest problem is that no one want to buy beer using Bitcoin.
I did.
Because it's 10 times more expensive a year later.
That's true.
That's
true. It's 10 times more expensive a year later if you buy beer with Bitcoin. Man, when it was like $300, I was using this app called Fold, and you could get 20% off Starbucks at the time, or 10%.
Yeah. We bought lots of Starbucks.
Oh man.
Now expensive Starbucks.
Oh, it makes me cringe. I mean, I still accumulated Bitcoin over the long term, so I can't really be upset. But it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, well, that was a $300 Starbucks meal that we had. Holy shit. So yeah, it's like anything. You can always look back and be like, well, that was stupid, but yeah. Hey,
that's what
super
it looks
chat.
like.
Yay.
That's what it looks
Ivan.
like.
Awesome. Okay, so Ivan is asking, thank you for the super chat, Ivan. You're too kind. What do you think about cloud mining and BitConnect? Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. So cloud mining, anybody not familiar, is when somebody has a Bitcoin miner, or a company is mining Bitcoin, and then they rent out that mining power to people, and use the funds that they raise to add more miners and build their mining equipment even, to make it more robust. So here's the deal though. It makes a lot more sense for the people holding the mining equipment than the people buying into it, because you're essentially getting your mining equipment paid for. You're paying out a small portion of that. So people, yeah, they're getting some returns. But a lot of the time, like, you're not going to make back your principal if you work that out. People end up putting in more money when eventually it tapers down and they're not getting enough returns anymore, but they never really do those calculations to see if they made back their initial investment. And a lot of times that's not the case. But if you're a person who is running a cloud mining operation, then that's genius for you, because you're getting people to pay for your miners. You're keeping a good chunk of the profits. You're giving away a little bit to keep your investors happy, but you're making bank. So like if you're Genesis, they're making tons of money. The only exception here is people that are doing all the referrals, which I don't know. I find doing referrals for things like Genesis mining a little bit disingenuous, because I feel like most people aren't going to make their money back on that, and so I don't want to pump stuff like that. Yeah. So, and BitConnect.
You're gonna turn out like the 10,000 Bitcoin pizza guy.
Yeah. At BitConnect, I don't really believe BitConnect is legitimate. When you look at it, anything that promises you a certain level of return is too good to be true, because you can never guarantee returns. Do I think it's going to go away right away? No, but I think at one point it's going to collapse, just like Litecoin did. So I would be cautious. Do your own research and come to your own decision. But for me, I stay well clear of anything like that.
Just like this guy here.
Who are you? I'm from Vancouver, by the way, and just started my research on Bitcoin. Thank you for making this channel. I wanted to write more in Super Chat, but words cost money there. Well, thanks, Ivan. I do appreciate it. That's super awesome. I hope you find some of my videos useful. Take a look. Since you're asking about BitConnect and stuff like that, take a look at the video I did for Gladiacoin. Gladiacoin I don't think exists anymore, but it was a big kind of like Ponzi scheme.
It doesn't exist anymore?
No, it crumbled. All those people lost their money.
Oh.
Yeah, some people made their money back if they got out in time, or if they started up early enough and were able to make back their money before it crumbled. But right. People that were just getting in got screwed, lost a lot of money. In fact, I've seen people in the office that have been like, oh yeah, I lost like 10 grand through that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it sucks. So anyways, Ivan, go check out my video on Gladiacoin, and then just apply those principles to anything you look at. If it sounds too good to be true, if somebody says the word trading bot, and do some math, like what are they promising? That you're going to double your money in 90 days? Well, put that together, and in 5 years you're a billionaire. So either anybody can be a billionaire in 5 years, or it's a Ponzi scheme, and odds are it's the easier answer. So anyways, yeah, but form your own opinion. I won't say for sure that BitConnect is a scam, but I'm cautious about it, and I would never use it myself. Okay, let's see.
Aw, how nice. You got me into Bitcoin.
Who said that? Where?
This Gabriel guy.
Oh, Gabriel. Gabriel, you got me into Bitcoin. Bought my first Bitcoin on Quadriga CX. Thank you so much for the videos. Many do not know how to buy Bitcoin in Canada. Gabriel, that's awesome. Amazing. I'm super stoked about that. I'm so glad that I helped you on your crypto journey. As long as Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, then I'll continue to feel pretty good about that. I don't think it will. So anyways, yeah, Gabriel, I'm glad to have you here. Let's see. Can you suggest any guidelines? This is SF Richie. Can you suggest any guidelines or resources for learning how to effectively research crypto coins? Ideal circulating supply or recommended market cap, for example. So I just be skeptical of everything you look at. Make sure that there's actually a blockchain, because they're all scam coins. They'll say we're on a blockchain, but if it's not referenced on websites like this is coincap.io. So you can look through here and you can see, there's some legitimate stuff in the top, but I mean, if you start getting way down here, like let's do some fun scrolling. Look how many cryptocurrencies there are.
So this is all of them.
This is a lot of them.
Oh.
I wouldn't say all of them. Okay, so like let's look down here. Tag coin is apparently worth 37 cents, but is it though? Like Crave is worth $1.46. No, sorry, $1.58. But is it? You got to ask. Like, look at the daily volume. $2,600 worth of Crave coin was traded today. So that tells you that there's only enough people trading for there to be $2,000 worth of this shit traded amongst themselves. And there's what a almost $2 million market cap. But I mean, that means, so yeah, $2 million market cap. There's only $1.3 million coins, $1 million worth of coins. So I mean, how much of that is going through markets? Not much, because $2,000 worth of it is being traded. If somebody with 1 million Crave coin dumped it on the market, would it be worth $1 something anymore? Probably not. So I don't know. Some things that I recommend is, does it have a limit? Is there a limited number of coins? Then that potentially makes it a good store of value. What's the team behind it like? Are they doing good work? Where are they from? As far as like, what's their background in the space? Did they just jump in because it's flavor of the week, or have they been in the space for a long time? Were they associated with any scams in the past? All that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot to look out for. I don't really get into a lot of altcoins, but if and when I ever do, it's stuff that's like in the top of the list here. So like,
what are altcoins?
So an altcoin is just a name for something that essentially is not Bitcoin, because originally it was just Bitcoin, and then you started to have things like Litecoin and things like Dogecoin. Do you know what Dogecoin is?
No.
Okay. Do you know that? Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. Dogecoin. Where is it? How far down are you, Dogecoin? There you go. Okay,
right there.
You know the like dog, the little like Doge dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, it was a cryptocurrency started because of a meme. It was literally started as a joke, but
now it's a thing.
Yeah, but now it's a thing. I mean, it's worthless. Like, it's worth like pennies, but or is it worth pennies even? I don't even think it is worth pennies. I think it's fractions of pennies.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, it's worth 1/10 of a cent. Okay, so
So I have a question. Why is it
why is it
like, how do they place things on here of what they're worth?
So on CoinCap, I'll bring up the website for everybody so you can see what we're looking at. So the way that it's weighted depends. So you can go and see where it says market cap there.
Yeah.
If you tap on that, right now there's an arrow, because that's how it's gauging them. So it's the total amount of money in all of Bitcoin is $64 billion.
Right.
The total amount of money in all of Ethereum is $29.7 billion. Mm-hmm. So it's how much money is in the whole thing. You can tap on price, and then you can see, like, based on price, how much. Which, okay, so look at this. Look at this. So the top priced one is Bit20, a market cap of $100,000. There's only one coin, and the price of that coin is $97,882.6, which is stupid, because why? So, you know, like,
no wonder it's like number 606.
Yeah, it's number 606 on the cap. So that's not a stupid way. That's a stupid way to do it. Let's see. You can do by available supply, so you can see, like, you can do it by that. You can do it by how much has been traded. Bitcoin, the most amount has been traded today. Ethereum, so usually to 24-hour volume, a lot of the time it stays in line with where they are, but not all the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Monero, because it went up in price a lot today, it's number 11, but it's the 5th most traded coin today.
Oh, okay.
So you can do it, but usually most people are talking about market cap when they talk about rankings. Okay. What are you looking at?
My missus has been converted.
Oh, my missus is... Oh, good for you, Mark 1. Good job. Okay. I forget sometimes, it's me, boss lady. I forget sometimes that not everyone is a nerd like most of us in crypto. LOL. Hashtag crypto chicks. I'm gradually converting her. She's happy because I was able to get her a new laptop for her birthday because of Bitcoin Cash. So, okay. Yes, Cryptopolis said market cap is coin price times coin supply. So that's right. So your market cap means how many coins are there and what's the price per coin. So there's 16.5 million Bitcoin, and each Bitcoin is 3,900 and whatever dollars. You multiply that and you get 65 billion for Okay. So that's how you figure those numbers out. Okay, Steve says I teach in Alberta. Awesome. What do you teach, Steve? Tell me. Max. Oh, there's Max. He's from Calgary too. Ben, what are your thoughts on the Bitcoin Cash price spike? I think that is easily manipulated. We were talking about it earlier. I think that so few people actually know how to access their Bitcoin Cash, and the people that really, really know how to access it, some of them are very, very much incentivized to pump up that price. And I think that would be easy to do. Especially, okay, here's a hypothetical for you. I was trying to think this through in my head the other day. So you can look at, I'm going to bring this up actually. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Here. Okay, so this is Bitcoin Cash, and it's the mining, okay? So look at the mining distribution. These are different people mining Bitcoin Cash. And this big one here, this one is labeled other. So I'm looking at the one on the left, the last 1,000 blocks. So more than 50% of the network is being mined by a single entity that is not identifying themselves. Bitmain. Anyways, okay, so let's work this through in our heads. And also, this is a lot more diverse than it was the other day. That's because Bitcoin Cash mining profitability went up. But with more miners means that the reward is split amongst more people, meaning that the reward or the profitability goes down. All right, so more people competing for the same reward, less reward for everybody. That won't be the case until the difficulty retargets. This is all going over your head, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea what the heck's going on right now.
Anyways, this is a graph of people that are mining Bitcoin Cash, which is the new type of Bitcoin that's split off. So here's what I'm thinking. The other day, it was interesting because I was trying to sell my Bitcoin Cash. And it was taking a long time. Like, blocks are like 2 hours apart. So feasibly, if you were a miner and you had a lot of Bitcoin Cash and you also had Bitcoin, you could park both of those on exchanges, be trading back and forth between yourself, pumping up the price of Bitcoin Cash because most people don't know how to access it. Meanwhile, purposely not mining to slow down mining. And then it takes people longer to get their money onto the exchanges and be able to sell those price pumps. It had a huge pump the other day. It was like 850, almost 900 or more, I think. But
so you can pump it up by like selling back to yourself and like selling just
if you had enough money, you could pretty much do anything. You could fool people into thinking that the price is going up, but you could have different accounts and you could trade between them and keep on selling. You could keep on doing all these buys of Bitcoin Cash and trying to pump up the price and like not. Yeah, it is easy to manipulate. So it is possible, but I don't know. I think that with the increased price came profitability. Miners switch over to Bitcoin Cash. But now there's a block like every minute and a half, every couple minutes, which means it's going to retarget really, really soon. And soon it's going to be once it retargets, all of a sudden it's going to be less profitable to mine Bitcoin Cash, and miners are going to switch back to Bitcoin, and then they're going to probably ping pong back and forth. It's just going to be back and forth mining the most profitable chain. So you will see it reach an equilibrium over time, and we'll get a fair market price, but the kinks are still being worked out. Okay, Bitcoin Ascent. That's deep. I don't want to get into that right now. Increasing orphan rates, and yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into that.
Yeah, everything would just go right over my head.
Yeah.
Not that it already hasn't, but for the most part.
Let's see. Okay. 10x card. Mark 1 is talking about 10x cards. I ordered one the other day. So it's a like kind of like my Bitcoin Visa, but
Yeah.
you can use any cryptocurrency with it, and instead of converting it beforehand in an app, it auto converts it the second you spend it.
Oh.
So I don't have to do shit in an app.
But then do you specify for like which one you want to do it with?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think you can switch that in your app, but I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see, because it's on back. I think that they're sold out right now or something. So I've got to wait however many weeks till they get more, and then they'll ship it. So it's going to be a while, but I will do a video on that when I get them.
I was going to say, are you going to do a video on it?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Hello from Sydney. Sydney, Australia, or Sydney, Ontario. I love Sydney, Australia. It's been years. I went to Australia in 2007. That was my first backpacking trip ever, and I miss Australia so much. I want us to go there. I want us to go like live there for a little bit at some point.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that.
Maybe Mark 1 will put us up. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What are you seeing here, Lisavine?
Have you ever used that one? Your Bitcoin Visa.
Oh, have you ever used a Bitcoin
bought
Visa?
On BitPay. Is that where you got it?
No. So BitPay, the BitPay Visa card is not available, I think, anywhere other than the US. So I can't test that. It does look cool. I like that the app is paired with it, and I like that it spends directly from your crypto account. But I can't use it. I think the other one is the Coinbase Shift card. Is that what it's called? I think so. I'd love to try that one too, but I can't. So one day maybe.
They're back in stock.
Ben, they're back in. Oh, sweet. They are back in stock. Awesome. So hopefully that means that mine's just going to ship, because I already paid for it. I'm just waiting for them to be in stock. JD, I'm up the road from Bells Beach. That's in Victoria, Australia. Why do you think Monaco, that probably autocorrected, Monero has gone crazy, yet 10x has gone backwards? So I think the Monero pump, we were talking about Monero just a minute ago, the anonymous one.
Yeah.
So I didn't see where, but actually, hold on, I have it up on my desktop. Boom. So yeah, Monero price hits record high near $100 because it's new exchange listing. So let's see here. Where was it listed? Like, that's massive. Look what happened today.
That was today?
Yeah, it went from like $40-$50 to like almost $100.
Oh wow.
In a day. That's crazy. And like in a few hours. It was, no wonder. Okay, so it was listed in South Korea on an exchange called Bithumb. So South Korea, they seem to be real crypto nuts. So they love their cryptocurrency, and they pumped the hell out of Bitcoin Cash recently too. A lot of people there were buying Bitcoin Cash. So I guess if you want your coin to pump, then list it on Bithumb, because it would appear South Koreans love their crypto. Actually, we had a Korean guy living in our home. He was renting our basement for a while. He was from, where was he from?
They keep saying Monaco.
Monaco. Oh no, Monaco. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about Monaco. I didn't see that. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, good question. I don't know. You're going to have to inform me on Monaco. I don't even think I've heard of Monaco, to tell you the truth. How far down is it? Where is it? Monaco, Monaco, Monaco. God, I can't even find it. Oh, Monaco. 49. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I guess they're considering the market cap of 116 million. They did have 7 million in volume today, but I mean, there's only 9 million coins. So, I mean, this is another one where it could be easy to pump it up. All these low market cap ones are very easy to manipulate. So, I don't know, unless there was news that I missed, but I don't really follow too many. Once it gets outside of the top 10 or 20, then I'm probably a little bit lost. There's so many to keep track of nowadays. Okay, let's see. 1/4. Yeah, it is 1/4 the market cap of 10x. Yeah, why did 10x dip? I don't know, because people got really, really excited about it, and then it couldn't sustain that kind of a market cap. Where is it? 10x. So this is this company that issued this Visa card that you can spend cryptocurrencies with, called 10x, that I ordered one of. So they did a thing where if you hold their tokens, you get a small portion of the fees that they charge for using the card. So like by buying their token, anytime anybody spends money with their card anywhere on the planet, I get a little kickback from that. So I'd get like a fraction of a penny anytime anybody spends money. So that's the idea. Like it's monetized tokens where you get like a payout for having them. So yeah, but yeah, I think it got pretty irrational there. Like 10x went up crazy. It was it was sub $1 for a while there, or even less than that, and then all of a sudden within a few days it went up like 500%. That's kind of thing isn't sustainable. You're bound to have a correction with something like that. So yeah. Okay, has anybody compared to Wirex? I like Wirex. The only sticking point with them is you have to pre-convert your currency. So like when we went to England in May, on my app, I had to hit the button and like switch over.
That's the one that we have, or that you have now?
Yeah.
For that one, okay.
Yeah, so it works well, and it's great for saving money, converting regular currency to another fiat currency, but you do have to have your Bitcoin, convert it to the local currency, and leave it on the card. And then when you're done with it, you can convert it back to Bitcoin. So it's a little bit more involved than just having a card and just spending what you need and having it auto sell your crypto for you. So let's see. 10x is only pretty on paper, but the free market spat that shit out like spoiled milk. Awesome. Bryce asks, do you want Ethereum to go to proof of stake? Do I want it to?
What does proof of stake mean?
So Bitcoin is proof of work, meaning that the way it's sustained and I guess taken care of, and the way that transactions are cleared is people using computer power, and a lot of it to prove that they've done the work to solve like a puzzle. They're racing to some. This is getting really confusing the way I'm explaining it. Anyways, with Bitcoin, you have to prove that you're using a certain amount of computer power in order to be the one that gets rewarded for clearing transactions. Okay, so you have to prove that, okay, I did so much work in order to get my reward of new Bitcoins. Whereas with proof of stake, it's who's already holding money, and based on that you have, like, I guess, cred, I guess, and you are you're incentivized to be truthful when you say that this transaction is valid and this is not. So it's essentially there won't be minors. Is the idea. It's kind of confusing. Do I want it to happen? Yes. Why? Because I want to see what happens. Full disclosure, I don't hold any Ethereum. So for me, it doesn't matter if it goes extremely well or extremely poorly, but what we can learn from it, I think, is invaluable. So if you're holding Ethereum, I'm sorry if that's a scary thought to you, but anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Proof of stake is like getting interest.
No.
So yeah, okay.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so if you hold coins, then the newly minted coins, you like get some interest on them. So
okay.
I guess it also incentivizes people to hold coins.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, I'm buzzing. Whoa. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start wrapping this up pretty quick. There were just a couple things I wanted to touch on. So this is an interesting, we were talking about this before. I'm just going to show this article on CoinDesk here. So this is talking about Bitcoin Cash gets a lot of mining power and then the price falls back below $600. So this is the interesting inverse relationship between being a profitable chain and losing that profitability, because the more people mining Bitcoin Cash, the more miners are selling Bitcoin Cash to make their profit back to pay for their bills. So as miners move over to Bitcoin Cash, more people are selling. So that, of course, impacts the price. That's why we're seeing stuff like this. We already looked at this, so I'm going to skip by. I already looked at Monero. Yeah, look at Bitcoin right now. I had drawn some stuff here, but ignore that. So yeah, Bitcoin's having a rough go of it right now. It's 38.75. Again, not super worrying to me. I could feasibly see it going down to like 3,500. But at the same time, like, look, if I go back, where is it? Let's go back 18. Let's do the 1 day chart. So look at the long-term chart though. So we had, this was a high of, what was that, 2960, almost 3,000 there, and then it dropped to 1,800, right? So that was a huge drop, but then all of a sudden this happened. I mean, we've just started to drop here, so feasibly it could drop below this second trend line there, and we could see it dip below this lower line. So maybe like 3,400, I don't know. I think that's possible, but it won't be long-lived. I think it'll keep bouncing. So anyways, let's keep going through here. These I was finding interesting. I like these. These are logarithmic charts of Bitcoin Cash, which it's percentage gains. So if you're looking at logarithmic charts, something like this, you can see like when it gets irrational and it needs to crash. This was in late 2013 when it went over $1,000, and of course it had to come back down. But I mean, you look at it, we're not even near the top of this channel here, right? So, you know, is over $10,000 Bitcoin feasible in the next year? Absolutely. I'm not saying that it will do that, because it can skirt along the bottom for quite some time as well. But look at the trend line. It's starting to go up. We could see over $10,000 Bitcoin very quickly. Like, I'm talking like in months. So, and I'll kind of zoom in on what these look like. So this is, I mean, this is only goes to July here, but you can see what I'm talking about. Like, we're still in the realm of possibility for above $10,000 here. And you can see the little dot on this. It's just right around 4,000 there. And yeah, like the sell levels are sitting at like 17 grand, 18 grand. So, yeah, this looks crazy to me, but it's really not that crazy when you think about it. So anyways, I'm going to leave that. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping up here. I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Lisa, for coming on and for just
basically sitting here and listening, because I put no nothing into the conversation because I don't know anything really. Bits, pieces, you know, learning curve for me.
That's fine. I get to kind of like one-on-one explain to you here too, so that's okay. So I'm having fun.
And then I kind of read everybody else's comments.
Yeah, she's sitting here.
Funny.
She's sitting here
basically
giggling.
sit here giggling at the screen here at everybody's comments.
Yeah. Okay. But before I go, I do want to direct some people. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for the eye candy, Lisa.
No problem.
So, guys, if you want to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do this. One thing is hit me up on Steemit. So I just started posting on Steemit not long ago. So I'll go over here. Here's my blog. You can find me. It's actually, you're going to have to look up at Ben Perrin 117 in the top left corner here. BenPerrin 117 on Steemit. I made this before I realized I was going to be doing a lot of BTC session stuff on here, but whatever. I'm leaving it. I don't care. Anyways,
what is this?
So it's like paid. You post, and if you get upvoted, you get paid. Like, look at this. This girl's awesome. She's actually in Southeast Asia right now. I know, I'm jealous. Take me back. But anyways, yeah, so she's been doing, her name is Heidi Travels, and she's been doing a lot of like cryptocurrency stuff. But like, look at that. She posted and she got like $98 for a single post. That's incredible.
Nice.
Because she's got a lot of followers. So I'm trying to build up my Steemit, because I think as a hedge against, you know, if like today, let me fade back in. So today, my Eric Voorhees video got flagged as not advertiser friendly, which means 0 revenue from that video, which sucks because I was proud of that interview. I liked it. But basically 0 revenue from that. So, but I need to start thinking of ways to hedge in case that happens in the future, because I'd like to be a content creator, at least part-time, if not full-time in the future. So things like going on Steemit, can help me do that. So if you can spread the word, that would be hugely helpful to me. The other way that you can help me out is if you don't have a hardware wallet yet, I have an affiliate link where you can pick up a Trezor and Ledger. So this is the Ledger. Ledger is my favorite, but if you want to get a Trezor too, that's my runner-up. Links are in the description of the video. Feel free to check that out, but I'm not going to pump it too much. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. How was your time?
It was good, actually. A little bit more interesting than I thought.
Oh, good. Awesome. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will keep doing this. I'll probably do another live stream later this week. I don't know what day yet. I'm also going to do another video on how to access your Bitcoin Cash via the Exodus desktop wallet. It's probably the easiest way I've found to do it so far. And I think after that, I'm not going to make any more of these how to access your Bitcoin Cash videos, except for maybe one. I might use the Coinomi mobile wallet. But besides that, I feel like it's overkill. People will find, life finds a way. So I know, shut up at my stupid jokes. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna cap it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time on the BTC sessions.
See you guys.
Bye.